Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. If you live in a hot climate or, you're just trying to survive the absolute peak of summer heat right now, you definitely know the struggle. It literally dictates our days. We rely completely on our AC to get us through, right? In our living rooms, on our commutes. But here is the wild part we're unpacking today. The way you're actually using those cooling systems, it might be working completely against you.
So, are your AC habits secretly costing you money? Honestly, it's a question that should make us all pause for a second, because most of us think we've got it all figured out. We set the dials to what we think is the magic, efficient number, we try to get our cars freezing as fast as humanly possible, and we just assume we're doing it right. But the data we're looking at today, it actually shows that your everyday strategies for staying cool are probably totally flawed. They aren't just inefficient, they are literally draining your wallet and wearing out your equipment.
Section 1. Home Cooling Secrets Revealed.
All right, let's get into the 26-degree myth versus the 24 to 25-degree reality. For years, people have sworn up and down that setting your home AC to exactly 26 degrees Celsius is this golden rule for saving power while staying, moderately comfortable. But the experts are calling this out as a total myth. The reality, 24 to 25 degrees is the actual sweet spot. When you set it to this specific range, your AC unit operates at its absolute peak efficiency. It cools the room down rapidly instead of constantly struggling to maintain that slightly warmer, weirdly inefficient baseline.
And get this, 5 to 10%. That's how much you can actually cut from your electricity bill just by dropping the temp slightly to that 24 or 25-degree mark. It sounds completely counterintuitive, right? But the AC, ironically, doesn't have to overwork itself. It hits that target temperature efficiently, maintains it with way less strain on the compressor, and ultimately saves you energy. That's an extra 5 to 10% staying in your bank account every single month. Now here's where it gets kind of crazy, the health impacts. If you stubbornly keep that AC set too high, like 26 degrees or above, you're not just missing out on savings, you are actively inviting health risks into your house. See, when it's set too high, the unit doesn't run long enough to actually dehumidify the room. Excess humidity means a perfect breathing ground for bacteria growth and mold formation. And over time, breathing that stuff in, it can cause some serious respiratory issues. So hitting that 24 to 25 degree mark isn't just a money thing, it's absolutely crucial for protecting your lungs.
Moving on to Section 2, the hot car dilemma.
So, myth versus reality time. The myth, revving the engine. The reality, wasting gas and engine strain. We all know that agonizing feeling of getting into a sun-baked car. It's basically an oven. And so many of us jump in, crank the AC to max, and immediately rev the engine, right? We think, if I force the engine to work harder, it'll pump out cold air faster. No way. You are simply wasting gas and causing engine strain. It does not make the air colder, it just burns fuel and unnecessarily burdens the engine before the fluids have even circulated properly. You're paying for literally zero cooling benefit.
Section 3. 7 hacks for cool cars.
Okay, so how do we actually cool it down fast without touching the gas pedal? Try these steps. Number 1, open the doors for 30 to 60 seconds before you even get in. I know it sounds simple, but this flushes out all that superheated, trapped air. Step 2, get in, start the car, turn the AC on, and crack the windows just a tiny bit for about 1 to 2 minutes. This pushes the remaining hot air right out as the cool air starts to kick in. And step 3, for this initial cool down phase, set your fan to max and your temp to the absolute minimum. You can always dial it back later, but this rapid-fire sequence drops the cabin temp drastically, zero engine strain required.
All right, once it's cool, here are the ongoing settings for maximum chill. First, turn on recirculation mode. This is absolutely massive. It stops your AC from constantly fighting the blazing hot air from outside and just recycles the already chilled air inside. Second, point your vents up. Third, play defense. Use sunshades when parked and get a quality tint to stop the heat from building up in the first place. And fourth, clean the AC and replace those filters. If your air is weak, it's probably just a dirty filter. Keep the system clean so it can run at full capacity.
Actually, scratch that. Let me rewind for a second because I really want to highlight that vent thing. Cold air sinks naturally. When we get into a hot car, our first instinct is to blast the air directly into our sweating faces. But physics tells us a totally different story. Pointing those vents up towards the roof lets the cold air flow along the ceiling and naturally sink down over everyone. It cools the entire cabin so much faster and way more evenly than just blasting it at one spot.
Section 4. Big savings, better health. So what does this all mean? It means small behavioral tweaks lead to faster cooling, preserved engines, and more money in the bank.
Whether it's just nudging your home thermostat down to that 24 to 25 range to stop mold and save 10% on power, or just opening your car doors for 30 seconds instead of uselessly revving your engine, working smarter gives you this incredible triad of benefits. You extend the life of your equipment, you protect your actual respiratory health, and you keep your hard-earned money right where it belongs.
Which leaves us with this final question to wrap up today's explainer. What other daily habits are draining your wallet? Seriously, if a misconception as simple as a single degree on a thermostat, or literally just pointing an air vent the wrong way, can cost you money and health every single day, what else are we getting wrong? Keep questioning those everyday routines, look at the data, and stay curious. Thanks for hanging out with me, and stay cool out there.